Welcome. Welcome to Hug Nation Live. I am John Halcyon, and it seems like the perfect time to share gratitude and connect. 9 o'clock every day. Pretty much every day. I have a general rule that I follow immediacy over commitment, meaning if I'm traveling or if I'm sick or if I've got my finger in a dike that's about to that's leaking. And boy, when I said I had my finger in a dike, my mind just started saying, like, I don't think that was the words you meant. But like, isn't there a story about a what's it called, a dike, stops the water. Anyway, I think we've already gone off the rails and we just got started. So welcome. Would love to hear what you're grateful for. Please say hello, leave a comment. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you are, you can say hello, and I'll try to make sure that whatever you say is said aloud. So if people are on either Facebook or YouTube, they can still know that we're all sharing this experience. It doesn't matter where your feet are. It matters where your heart is, and we are sharing this together. Good morning, John. Good morning, Juan. And good morning, Gerbot. The last few songs that I sang have not really been confidence inspiring. It's starting to make me feel like maybe it's not a good tradition. However, when we just start and make up a song right here, you've got to trust the words and the rhymes will be near. I think that if we are together in this every single day, then we'll find good stuff to share with each other in delightful way. Oh, it's Hug Nation, here together now. It's Hug Nation, don't worry, I'll show you how. It's Hug Nation, yeah. Come on, bro, don't have a cow. It's Hug Nation. Juan says, I am grateful to have received a early pass. The playa does provide an early pass, also known as a WAP, which does not mean wet ass playa, but sweet. I know that you were interested in going early so you could feed more people. See, when your heart is pursuing giving, is the vibration that receives. Awesome. That's great news, Juan. Cowabunga, yeah. Have a cow is certainly a poetic lyric. Work access pass. That would be a good, like, Weird Al song to do was it Nicki Minaj? It's your work access pass. Sing it like that. Oh, John's grateful for waking up. Every day upright is something to be grateful for. I'm grateful to be awake, grateful to be with you. Grateful it's overcast. I love a cool morning. Good morning, high noon. Gerbot says, previously called the EA or Early Entry Pass. Yeah, gotta love an organization that changes terminology within a community that is difficult to maintain communication with. Meaning, like, it's not like like everyone's on the Burning Man Slack channel. There's plenty of burners who show up at the burn and have no idea what has been communicated from the org in the previous year. I am grateful. Was it just yesterday that Lisa came home? No. I'm grateful that Lisa was here yesterday, and I'm grateful that I had a cool experience yesterday. My nephew came down. I offered him to do basically a temp job. And so he drove down, and it's great to see him. He goes back to college next week, and I had him. I did two things. One, I had him be like a living mannequin so I could try to test out some lighting things in my studio downstairs. Because, like, I really wanted to see like what makes skin look better, and so that was really helpful. I said, "You're super qualified for this job, man. You're really good at it. Just stand there and be human." And then the other thing I had him do is I use Restream to make this broadcast go out so I can see comments from multiple places at once. For example, from Pavel. Hey, Pavel. Love you, brother. Good to see you. And Steve. Oh, love you too, Steve. Good morning. And I pay for a service that automatically uses AI and makes clips, like 1 minute little clips from the broadcast that AI says this would be good for social media, and it automatically puts titles on it. And I found that they're never like ready to post at my standards. But sometimes it'll find, a portion of a good quote, and then if I tweak it and I edit it, it turns into something that I think is good, and I like to post it. So I've been doing that occasionally. And so I had him go through and help me find good quotes and then edit them. Or I kind of worked with him because he's not as familiar with the show. So I'm like, that's just me doing the closing hug. I do that every day. Don't use that one, do that one. And so together, I made a number of new videos yesterday. 3. But because he was working on that, I got to spend time working on making cool pictures and videos that go with it. Like there was one, I think it was yesterday, that I was talking about buying an old motorhome can be a spiritual tool, because as you learn to deal with breaking down, you learn surrender. And so actually I put a lot of time into tweaking that one and making it good. So maybe I'll play that shortly. What else are you grateful for? High Noon says, I am grateful for authentic communication. Me too. Lisa and I had a conversation 2 nights ago that I'd been thinking about since, and yesterday talked to her about how well I thought that we did. Because it was a situation where she was excited about something, and I wanted to foster her excitement and provide a viewpoint of some caution based on our history. And that can be tricky. It's tough to you don't want to be the cop. You don't want to be the rule enforcer, or oh, don't do that. You're not gonna. Well, that's like careful. But so how do you offer like co-pilot help? Like, I think that's an awesome idea. Are you open to some thoughts on how it could be a little less stressful for you? Things like that. But I mean, we could do a whole workshop on that. Communication. Anyone else have any more gratitude that they're grateful for? Actually, yesterday I stopped. We were watching show 9, Perfect Strangers. And mid-show, I'm like, can you pause it? Because I just had this overwhelming appreciation. And we end the day every day by, I appreciate about you, and things that are on our mind, or either we've been thinking about it, or we just think about in the moment. And I love the practice, but sometimes middle of the day we just like gush praise and we say that counted, and so mid show I'm like, oh, and because she said to me something a few weeks ago that I just realized yesterday how impactful it was to me. She told me that, like, I produce a lot of content, and somewhere along the lines I heard that, the algorithms reward you for frequently uploading. And I thought, like, I think if enough people have seen good stuff, that I think that they trust me enough to check out the things that I post. And she said, I think people judge you on the quality of the worst things you put out. Meaning, if I'm putting out cool stuff every day and then I put out something crappy and you check out that one, the chance of you consistently looking at my stuff in the future goes down. You're like, it's not always great. I don't know. And I was like, that totally makes sense. In fact, I think I'm that way. So I've really been digesting and thinking, maybe I want to not post everything I make. And I've even made some like other accounts so I can post more things that are just, I think, are worthy of saving and sharing. But if you're somebody who's scrolling through things or have a minimal time, it's like, oh, I want to just show you my good stuff. And so that's what I've been putting up lately. And it's also allowed me or inspired me, without me really realizing it, to take more time. And because I used to, like, I'd see something, I'm like, it's good enough. I'm bored. Now I'm like, oh, you know what would make that better? Oh, you know what? I could make that better. Oh, I could make that better. And so I've been spending a lot more time. If you saw the video of me about my Oregon flight for the guitar, I spent as much time on that guitar as I did flying to Oregon to get the guitar. But I'm proud of it. I think it's good. There's a lot of ways I could make it better, but I think it's definitely a better quality product than I've done in the past. And the one where I said I'm not going to Burning Man because I love Lisa, like, that is edited. And I've been paying attention to what people have instructed to do to get more people to stop scrolling and watch, put a hook in things, which I've been resistant because I'm like, haven't I earned people's trust? Don't I deserve them to listen to what I say without me having to play the games of the algorithm? And so I've been doing those things, and the result is better quality work and way more views than I've had in a long time. So I'm stoked. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Maybe it's not worth doing, but come on, you. Never mind. Kimmy, if you're still here, hello. Kimmy says, I'm grateful that I break bread with you later today. Yes, I'm grateful that I have a lunch date with good friends who happen to be the people who helped sell my condo. So they invited me to a celebratory meal in December, and I just, I'm so busy. But I'm stoked that we're going to get together today to drop in and to celebrate my adulting. Good morning, Lisa. Thank you. I've been getting a lot of compliments on this hat. I custom made it. I had the patch custom made, and then I ordered the blank hat and I made it. So it's not a cheap hat, but I had a few friends that were like, I want one. So I'm preparing to make some more, but it's not a good business idea unless I do it a different way, because they're like, $40 hats right now, something like that. But I thank you. I'm really loving it too. Good morning, Chris. Chris says, super busy. Grateful for the respite to connect with you and the folks here for grounding in the middle of playa prep, as you would call it, while dealing with everyday stuff. I have to spend a bunch to fix one of my cars, but grateful that it's only a car issue. It's fixable and not a health issue. What a great reminder. I have been in conversation with a lot of people that are going through really hard things right now. And it's just such a good reminder that there are so many ways that life can be hard. And I think that returning to that is a helpful part of gratitude, of saying like, oh, right, these troubles I have are great. Like, I hit a car while parking last week, and so I had to put in a claim. I'm dealing with insurance and stuff, but I mean, nobody was hurt. I have insurance. It's gonna be okay. It's fine. It's an obstacle that is easy to, with work and with processing, to not let it affect my mood, not affect my joy. It's just a thing. The degree and the depth and the emotion and the relationships and the health issues that can be way more difficult. We were talking, Lisa and I, last night, that if you want to see how you're doing in your spiritual path, be in a situation where you don't feel good. Sickness, heartbreak, financial stress. These are the places where, can you exist in that state and also confidently say that you enjoy life? It gets harder and harder, but that's part of the practice. That's what a spiritual path is doing for us. High Noon says, I've been trying to use that judgment of the world as a tool to question where and why I am not curious. Interesting. Sorry. Lisa says, I'm grateful your plants are so happy and healthy. They look fantastic. Thanks. This one was a wild card. I just saw it in a store. I'm like, wow, that's really gorgeous. And it's now grown higher than, you can't even see it. It's growing rapidly and healthy. It makes me so happy. Juan says, the man is not going to burn without you. I think it will. Oh, you know what? I think I've got my camera touching. It's not quite. Oh, I see. These are I'm going to move this monitor a little bit. It's this one. There we go. Oh, look at that. I've been having a lot of answering the questions of how am I feeling about the burn. I'm being reminded of how awesome it can be, and still feeling very good about not going. Lisa says, it is such an honor to be able to hold space for those going through hard things and have it done for me. And you taught me that. Thanks, Lisa. I mean, I think it takes some work to get through the patterns we have where, difficult things are bad. And so we kind of don't tell the total truth to people, or we amplify the bad as we complain and vent about them, or we pity people as they tell us their stuff. And the truth is, hard things are part of being a human. And so just like stepping into that, it's not bad, it's not shameful, it's not embarrassing, it's not pitiful, it's just hard. And having compassion for whatever people are going through is the answer. Or not the answer, but it is the most helpful thing that we can do, is acknowledge and recognize, and sometimes even compliment or celebrate the strength required. Just acknowledging, because people, when you're suffering and you're struggling, it's so easy to feel weak and beaten down and that you failed or whatever the thing is. And to just let people know, that sounds so hard. I can't, I genuinely cannot imagine what that's like. Or totally different situation, but I lost my pet, and it's really hard. If there's anything I can do to help you out, or I'm here. That's it. I even think that I'm here is more important than what can I do, because that question, what can I do, no one really answers that, do you? I mean, it takes a lot of courage to say, actually, could you come mow my lawn? If you have a friend that you're really close enough to that you would do something like that, then just show up at their house with food that could be eaten whenever and say, I'm going to blank. I'm going to do the dishes. If there's anything else that I can help with, let me know, and I'll do it when I'm done. Because someone who is suffering or in depression or in a funk or really hurting, it takes, we're not trained well to be like, actually, yeah, I need help. Good morning, Mingle. I love you too. Chris says, I have a bunch of first world problems that annoy me, but I'm in the big picture, I'm great. That's the attitude. Mingle says, gratitude for the beautiful plant that is flourishing in my apartment. I watered it really good this morning. Sprayed some water on its beautiful leaves and my plant. Lots of beautiful compliments. Yeah. Kimmy says, love is the answer. That's what I always say. I don't think I gave that the right intonation. Love is the answer. That's what I always say. Maybe that was better. But yes. Yeah. And there's that great line in Massive Attack. Love is a verb. Good morning, Natasha. Natasha's saying, I am feeling so grateful to have a home that is a safe space to land for a friend and her daughter while she navigates a difficult situation with her husband. I'm grateful to have enough bandwidth to hold space for the heavy shit that is happening in their family. That is awesome. That is love ambassadorship. That is what is your life purpose? To be able to help people you care about when they need it. So well done. Heinun says, I'm holding so much gratitude for places like Provincetown that embrace those who have been othered. I got to go yesterday. I need to go down there more often. You feel that those around you care. Cool. Well, I am grateful for the upcoming lunch. I think I'm going to try to see my mom on the way to lunch and have a little time with Lisa. Oh, you know what I could do? Let me show you what I did with the video with my nephew's help, and then adding video. I added pictures, and then I actually animated the pictures. So let me see if this actually works. I think it will. Let's see. Is this right? Oh, come on. Yeah, I think. We'll see. Nope, that's not it. Yikes. This might have to be a different day, I guess. Yep, I guess I'll show you another time, because that was not supposed to be blank. Whoops. Well, I am grateful for this gathering, this opportunity to focus on gratitude, this opportunity to focus on the kind of people we want to be today, want to be ambassadors of love, want to look for the opportunities to be kind, patient, good listening for ways that we can gift, whether that be time, attention, resources, creativity, tolerance. Maybe the gift that we give is not reacting with aggression when somebody throws aggression at us. Let me try. I'm gonna try to share one more thing. So I made a few, but I don't know. They should work. Okay, let's try. Okay, I'm gonna try one more. Yeah, okay. How can I explain Burning Man? I don't think you can. I think what you can do is you can talk about how you've been changed. You can talk about the transformation that you've gone through. You can talk about how the things you experienced, the people you experienced, the attitudes you experienced allowed you to grow, allowed you to feel more free. Because trying to describe Burning Man to someone is like trying to describe your dream that you had last night. There is 0% chance that the person who is hearing the words that you're saying are going to interpret those words anything close. So careful about how you describe the undescribable, but continue to try and continue to focus on your personal experiences. And that's something that people can relate to, whether they've been to Burning Man or not. These are the stories that are worth telling, more so than, and then there was this whale and it had like neon and there was like this light thing that happened and then the sound, and it's like describing the Grand Canyon or describing a fireworks show. But you can describe the way the Grand Canyon affected you. And people will get that far easier. Hug Nation. Hug Nation. Wasn't that fun? There's clips of a lot of different versions of Burner Halcyon, from long hair to super ripped. That was fun. So so I'll try to find the RV one for tomorrow or whatever. No rush. You were there when I described it in the first place, but it's kind of fun to just show what I did with it. With the clip that the content was generated in this space together, and then using digital tools to kind of make it more appealing to the rampant scrolling crowd. Thanks, High Noon. And thank you, Carrie. Oh, good to see you, Carrie. Wherever you are in this moment, I invite you to join us in a self-hug, communal hug, sinking into this togetherness, this tradition that began 2003 with Grandpa Caleb, and I consider his intentional hugs to be still a part of this space. So as we're hugging ourselves, we're hugging Grandpa Caleb, we're hugging anyone who's ever been through this Hug Nation energetic space. And one another right now, surrendering our ego for a bit and just being a part of the human oneness as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us here, thanks for being here. I love you. And by the way, just kind of because it's kind of a kick in the pants to realize it, I was going to say that Why are you doing this to me? All right, I'm gonna try it a different way. The video that I put up yesterday of Grandpa Caleb is got 60,000 views. I think since the one about not going to Burning Man, which now has 600,000 views, I think Instagram is like, okay, we're gonna put you in the algorithm more often. But I'm also, as I said, trying to make higher quality content, less of it and higher quality. So it seems to be working. Not that getting views is the goal. I love you. Enjoy your Thursday. I will see you tomorrow. Unless I see you at Gratitude at noon, which you're all welcome to, of course. Zoom.hugnation.com.